WNBA wanted this season to be different. A breakout year, the one that proved women's basketball had finally arrived as a must-watch spectacle. For a while, it looked like that dream might actually come true. With Caitlin Clark electrifying fans, Angel Reese stirring rivalries, and highlight reels hitting primetime TV, the buzz was real. Ticket sales rose, social media chatter exploded, and casual sports fans were suddenly paying attention. But then, almost overnight, it all came crashing down. Clark went down with injury, Reese checked out mid-season, and what should have been a thrilling playoff run now feels like a league-wide identity crisis. The WNBA without Clark is like Netflix without Wi-Fi, unwatchable and empty. Ratings are tumbling, arenas are half-filled, and fans are asking the question no league ever wants to hear. Why should we still care?
But the news was just announced that WNBA TV ratings are down more than 50% since Caitlin Clark's injury. And it was also reported that the Indiana Fever television viewership is also down over 53%. Now, I know a lot of us were expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA.
This year's WNBA has been a chaotic mix of brilliance and disaster. On one hand, we've seen moments of breathtaking play and star power. On the other, injuries have piled up, officiating has been laughable, and leadership seems either overwhelmed or uninterested in fixing the obvious problems. Instead of the breakout season everyone expected, it feels like the league tripped over its own shoelaces and face-planted in front of the entire sports world.
Chance that the WNBA, that Kathy Engelbert saw some of the ratings that I'm about to show you now and said, hey, Indiana Fever, can you do us a favor? Can you do us a solid? Can you just tease a Caitlin Clark return, kind of boost these up a little bit? Can you just dangle a Caitlin Clark return in front of the fans' faces, try to boost these ratings up a little bit? There was one matchup that this league can consistently rely on to produce massive viewership numbers.
No issue has been louder or more embarrassing than the officiating. Fans describe it as inconsistent at best, clownish at worst. One game, a hard foul barely gets a whistle. The next, a player sneezes too aggressively and is ejected. It's chaos. It's not just about bad calls, it's about credibility. The NBA protects its stars because it knows superstars drive business. In the WNBA, Caitlin Clark can get body checked into the scorer's table with no whistle, and the league shrugs. Fans notice, players notice, and sponsors definitely notice.
Shocker. Imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when Uncle Casey found out that the WNBA is struggling to maintain their ratings without Caitlin Clark. To make matters worse, and this is something I have definitely noticed in the last 3 or 4 weeks, especially since the All-Star game, the WNBA seems to be struggling to maintain
Clark's injury was the tipping point, but she's far from alone. This season has looked less like basketball and more like a medical emergency waiting to happen. Every week seems to bring another sideline star, and with each injury, the league loses momentum. In most professional leagues, player safety is sacred. In the WNBA, it feels like an afterthought. Without stars, there are no ratings, no ticket sales, and no growth. That's not an opinion, that's business.
WNBA has a problem, and that problem is Caitlin Clark not playing in WNBA games. Now, what all does this affect? The ratings are plummeting. Guys, there's ratings for a couple of these games that are eye-popping.
The commissioner insists the league is thriving, but fans aren't buying it. Press conferences are filled with talk of growth and momentum, even as empty seats tell a different story. To many, she looks less like a leader and more like the captain of a sinking ship, insisting everything is fine. The truth is unavoidable. Leadership has failed to protect players, failed to hold officials accountable, and failed to deliver on the hype this season promised.
The WNBA is excited about. That's a trend that Kathy Engelbert would say, hey, Fever, hey, Lynn Dunn, hey, Kelly, hey, Amber, can you guys start dangling that Caitlin Clark return like you used to do? you know, before Caitlin Clark gave a statement and you guys were hands off? Can you guys, you know, just string them along a little bit more? We want to get these ratings back up. We want to get these numbers.
Despite everything, the fans are still here. They bought tickets, tuned into games, and repped jerseys all season long. But their patience is wearing thin. Social media is full of frustration. Protect Caitlin Clark. Fix the officiating. Lower ticket prices. Respect the game. Being a WNBA fan right now feels like being stuck in a toxic relationship. You want to believe things will get better, but every sign points the other way.
Anna, against the Chicago Sky, right after that game, they opened an investigation once again into the fans, where they found nothing, but the damage had already been done at that point. If some of these things happen just one time here and there, or there's one certain media personality who's just always saying these kind of things, then whatever. I feel like fans as a whole can be like, okay, whatever, this person is just a hater. But this is something that has happened over and over and over again, and over time, it starts chipping away at how much you're going to actually care and want to support an organization if they continue to do.
At its core, the WNBA's problem is simple. No stars, no league. The NFL knows this, the NBA knows this, and fans know this. But the WNBA is acting like it doesn't. Ticket sales are slipping, broadcasts are losing viewers, and playoff ratings are crashing. The league keeps trying to spin things with flashy social media posts, but when the comments are filled with memes and sarcasm, you know fans aren't buying it.
Man, I mean, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing what you guys have done. And then people are catching on to your tactics. You got the people on Twitter catching on to your tactics. Like, look at this right here. Look at this right here. They say ESPN didn't want to show the ratings were down from WNBA All-Star Game because Caitlin...
The saddest part? This year could have been the WNBA's turning point. Clark had people talking about women's basketball in a way we haven't seen in years. Rivalries were forming, storylines were growing, and casual fans were getting hooked. Instead, the league has become a case study in how not to manage momentum. Poor officiating, lack of player protection, and weak leadership turned what could have been a golden opportunity into a slow-motion collapse.
Superstars should thank their lucky stars for the record ratings Caitlin Clark is detonating, even if new fans are mostly white fans. It doesn't matter what color eyeballs are. But the other day, I must admit, it hit me like Katie Bell Henderson telling me that's enough. I told myself it's not racist for me to like Kate.
Protect the stars. Just like quarterbacks in the NFL, WNBA stars should be untouchable. Without them, there is no product. Fix officiating, invest in training, consistency, and accountability. Fans won't watch a league where the refs are the biggest storyline. Put player safety first. Injuries aren't just bad luck. They're often the result of poor officiating and reckless play. That must end. Get honest with fans. Stop the PR spin and admit the problems. Fans don't want denial, they want solutions.
The operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude. There's an incredible level of gratitude that should be accorded to this young lady with what she did for the sport.
How was the attendance for Team USA in the Olympics? What would it have been like if Caitlin Clark was playing on that team? Remember the first game? Look at this right here. National broadcast viewership. What are we talking about here? 1,000, what is that? 1.219? Is that the number? And the game afterwards got 485,000. So the Fever and their game against the Minnesota Lynx was 1.219 million.
As the season limps to its conclusion, one thing is clear. The WNBA can't afford another year like this. Fans care. The players care. The potential is there. But until leadership steps up, until the stars are protected, and until the officiating earns respect, the league will remain stuck in the same cycle of hype and disappointment. This season wasn't the breakout the WNBA wanted. It was a warning. And unless the league learns from it, fans may not be so patient next time.